Taneslan Salam, Malcolm Ken, Yahum Bilachu, my brothers and sisters. It's your brother Haile Yesu's here. Hope you all have a blessed day. I just want to pretty much reason about the spirit of compassion. The spirit of compassion is very important for every God-fearing person to have. The scriptures remind us that in the last days, in the end times, that love would wax cold because of the increase of wickedness on the earth. That a lot of people will become cold and angry, cantankerous. We have to be careful that we don't fall into that same trap, because that's all it is. It's basically a trap. Take you out of your higher self down to your lower self, make you be more worldly. In order to exercise that spirit of compassion, it's something that has to be practiced every day. The more evil we see in the earth and in the world, the more we should tap into ourselves and our Creator, as well as the earth. Which means a lot of times humbling ourselves, a lot of times not misreading anything. For example, I mean, if you're seeing a man steal a loaf of bread, to feed his family, you don't have to say anything, because that man is going to feed his family. Like the scriptures even says that. You don't go and snitch them out. You pray for that person. That Father will put food on the table for him and his family. With the times that we're living in right now, it's an hour of deception, illusion, confusion, and abominations. So we have to be careful not to get caught up in that whirlwind, because if we do, we're gonna become cold. Like a lot of people used to have so much love in their heart, have turned cold. And we can't put 100% of the blame on them, because again, society has a lot to contribute to our social behavior as individuals and collectively. So this is why I think it's very important for us to be still and remain connected with our spirituality, so we don't lose that, so we don't become something that we're not, because it's going to come a time with a few of them who have suddenly changed. As the scriptures say, they may come back to the remembrance of themselves and say, yo, I didn't even realize that I was asleep like this, or that I was doing these things. Or with the frequencies that the world is on right now, it's easy to manipulate an individual's emotions. It's easy to manipulate their thoughts, and even to the point that you're manipulating their actions, because again, we are very sensual creatures. So they know that our five senses, actually the six senses that we have, closely connect us universally and individually. The way that things is moving right now is so fast-paced. Our God has never been a fast-paced God. Even with the world and mankind, He did it in 6 days and rested on the seventh day. However, with His wisdom alone, He could have did everything like that. Father was showing us something. We have to have patience. That's why our Lord Geta Yesus Christos said, only he who endures to the end shall be saved. Because a lot of people will lose their patience in the last days. Because of the increase of wickedness, their love shall turn cold. But again, a gesture practiced consistently is something that becomes first nature. So in order for us not to lose that particle of love, we have to express love every single day. Every single day, no matter how we're feeling emotionally, whether we're in our joy, we're just feeling melancholy, depressed, oppressed. We have to think about that love. Every time we breathe, that breath of life is God's love to us. Some didn't wake up this morning to breathe the breath of life. I mean, their spirits rest in peace. But we're still here, and we're still here to fulfill a purpose. And when you look at everything consistent of God's laws, His words, His way, the nucleus is love. That's the only way that Meek is going to take back the earth, is through love. Not fighting fire with fire. That can't work in these hours. This is a whole new time. So now you have to fight fire with water. You have to fight the earth with wind. It's a different time now. Don't let the world distract you to a point where you become something that you're spiritually not. Focus on who you are, why you're here, why are these things happening in the earth right now? What's going on in Syria? What's going on in India, Georgia, Ukraine, Iraq, Afghanistan, China? These things are of biblical significance, and they're just signs at a time to let us know we have to get ourselves spiritually prepared. This is going to be my last day talking to you all, but I know within saying it, I have to prepare, because no one knows the time. The closer we are to God, He'll let us know when our time is near. I want to thank you all very much. You guys have a most blessed day. And remember to work on love consistently. Xavier Miss again. Xavier Lestelin. Xavier Colonel. God is love. Amen. Have a great day, guys. Xavier Lestelin.